Hi Scorpio, welcome to your August 2019 tarot and astrology reading. Welcome back to the channel. Scorpio, Leo season is peppered with all these beautiful astrological aspects to Jupiter, which is going direct in August on the 11th, along with Mercury entering Leo and Uranus going retrograde. There's a lot occurring in August that will be to your benefit. But the first thing that I want to do is take you through the abundance of 10th house energy that is coming towards you, because it is very, very heavy. And Scorpio has this natural passion within them. A Scorpio person, when they find something that they truly care about, that they truly connect with, has the energy of Mars and Pluto behind them. Truly magnificent power there. The thing about the 10th house is that it can have, of course, it can bring this power, this prestige, this wonderful reputation, this abundance of career opportunities, of climbing up the ladder. It can also bring with it a preoccupation with your career. Why? One of the main things that people ask in astrology and tarot readings is, what about my career? And more often than not, it does seem to be the Mars ruled signs, Scorpio and Aries. This can bring an obsession with being somebody important. And when you define somebody as important, you're doing it more so by societal expectations. So who are you trying to impress if it's not you? Are you proving something? Because the 10th house energy can be amazing. It can be transformative for your career. It can give you an abundance of opportunities, particularly with the aspects to Jupiter. But with aspects to Uranus in your partnership zone and zone of competitors, it can also make you question, who am I doing this for? Are you choosing your relationships based on what other people want you to have or think you should have? Because the truth is, Scorpio, people aren't going home at night thinking, didn't Scorpio do well in this? Isn't Scorpio doing better than me? Isn't Scorpio a wonderful person because of their career, because of their relationship? I should be better to them. No. I want to read you the first verse of the poem Death the Leveller by James Shirley, because the death connotation to a Scorpio, and I think this is why, as a Scorpio, this is one of my favourite poems. But the death connotation to Scorpios being the tarot card death and being the transformer. Let me tell you this. The glories of our blood and state are shadows, not substantial things. There is no armour against fate. Death lays his hands on icy kings. His icy hands on kings. King again. The connotation between the Leo king and the Scorpio death. What is your relationship with Leos like, Scorpio? It's a square, so it can be challenging. It's a fixed sign, so it can have staying power. It can have tenacity. It can also encourage you to look at your own ego and your own pride, and the same for them. With Jupiter going direct on the 11th and Uranus going retrograde, two big hitting planets in the one day. Jupiter going direct will bring you that financial abundance you've been fighting for. It will bring you that push forward financially. You'll get your self-worth back if it's been suffering and you've been really working on it. Jupiter retrograde in the second house can make you feel a little bit more insecure, and it can really push your insecurities to the fore until you tackle them. And then Jupiter says, yes, you deserve a gift. And it's not like Saturn, where it wants you to do all this hard work for kind of, the lesson. Jupiter likes gifts. Saturn is a teacher. Jupiter is a dog trainer. It'll give you a treat when you do the thing you need to do. Uranus retrograde has a different spin, where you've been unpredictable, where your love life has been unpredictable and chaotic and temperamental, and there's been differences in opinion on what freedom is in a relationship. Uranus is going to give you a break right up until January 2020, which sounds great. Taking the heat off your romantic life is good, because you can enjoy it simply for what is. Particularly if you are at a crossroads with a fire sign or at a crossroads with your career. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, if you're dealing with someone of that nature and you're indecisive going into August, the planets have a different spin on things than you may have had in July. Because July was chaotic. Venus is trining Chiron as we go into the month, which means that you can be moving forward from past pain and past drama. The key to this is to remain open-minded. There's so many beautiful things. Venus trines Jupiter on the 8th of August, bringing happiness, content, relationships, mending stress. The Sun conjuncts Jupiter on the 7th, bringing love, harmony, and beautiful expression. And then the Sun trines Jupiter on the 7th, bringing the best kind of energy. This is all beautiful, beautiful energy, Scorpio, and it's all hitting you in your career, your reputation. People are gonna warm to you. The only place it can cause a sense of friction is in your love life, because you are maybe starting to consider whether or not your partner is leveling up like you are. Is that fair? Because by the end of the month, Uranus is going to be making up with these planets, and you may be very aware of how much your partner actually does offer you, or your potential. Or if you're single, you may become very aware of how much you truly deserve now that Jupiter has gone direct. Ace of Pentacles, Strength, the Death card, King of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. And underneath the 10 of Swords. Yeah. Death, the Leveler. Indeed. So Scorpio, your challenges are clear. They're incredibly, incredibly clear. There is beautiful fire sign energy in the world in August. There is Jupiter, there is Mars, there is the Sun, there is Mercury, which also enters Leo the same day Jupiter goes direct. Uranus is retrograding. Okay? Death card in your positive position. You're transforming the way you need to be perceived. Caring so much what other people are thinking in August is going to subside. As we get to the mid-month of August, you're going to become incredibly aware of just how much you need to ease off on trying to control what other people are thinking. Control what other people put as a value on you. Because you need to value yourself. Ace of Pentacles, financially, there is an absolute boost. With Mars connecting to Jupiter as we leave July, with Venus connecting to Jupiter, you're financially in a wonderful position. Financially in a very wonderful position. People want to give to you. But the King of Wands can be arrogant. He can be very self-gratifying. He can tell others how wonderful he is. You don't need to do that. You don't need to tell other people that you are valued, that you are attractive, that you are successful. You don't need to do any of that, because if you keep pushing that narrative, you may end up with a 10 of Swords moment where you have destroyed yourself by your own ego. If you feel like you need to compete with other people for the top spot all the time, and you place your value on winning it, you're actually only destroying yourself piece by piece. And then where is the healthy in healthy competition? There is none. The 8 of Pentacles is telling you, Scorpio, that in August you need to keep working on what it is that you're working on, because the more that you put into this, simply put, the more that you get out, the more that you see your own value and your own worth. Financially, it's fantastic. It's abundant. If you're dealing with fire signs and they're walking in the sun, you may feel a little bit jealous of it. That's a typical Scorpio trait, you know. Jealousy can rear its ugly head, particularly in August. That is such a wonderful month for the fire signs. If you're dealing... Ooh. Oh, okay. The balancing act. Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Wanting everything done yesterday, wanting to balance that out with relaxation. Because the Leo season is a lot to do with having fun and enjoying yourself. It's kind of holiday mode. For you, it feels like work mode. But this fire energy, this King of Wands energy. Eight of Wands, the Hanged Man. We'll go more in depth into each card in the extended. If you continue to push yourself without rest in your career, if you're burning the candle at both ends, you're going to crack in August. Eight of Wands and the Hanged Man tells me over and over and over and over, Scorpio, you need a vacation. You need to get away from the stresses that you have taken on for the sake of others, that you've taken on for the sake of proving to others just how much you are valued and how much you're worth. If you're dealing with a fire sign, they think the exact same thing. They think you should be taking a break, possibly with them, possibly from them, if they are the one causing all the heat. But I suspect, Scorpio, that you're putting an unnecessary amount of pressure on your relationships due to Uranus being there. And when Uranus goes retrograde mid-month, and we'll get into this in the mid-monthlies, it's almost like taking the heat off your relationships. And I don't mean taking out the passion, I mean taking out the intensity that is very, very, very harsh on you. The intensity that's very harsh on you and harsh on your partner. Hermit energy, Virgo season will be so much easier for you. Oh, Page of Pentacles. For those of you that have been in the depths of despair when it comes to your career, that's changing. On offers coming in, a lot of you are graduating, and then there is a new beginning with the Fool card, bringing you much success, bringing you much self-confidence, self-belief, bringing you a reprieve from needing to be everything to everyone, even though you are incredibly successful. Scorpio, you're so self-destructive whenever you get what you want. And I know that this doesn't necessarily sound the most exciting of things, but it's more to do with embracing the Leo way of life. Strength card. You want to be in the glory of Leo season with everyone else, but you're also wondering when your spotlight is coming. In August, it's very, very, very bright. And if you keep staring at it, if you keep walking into that brightness, if you don't actually protect yourself and have something else, you know, think of your relationships or your hobbies as your protective glasses. You need something else to protect you from this spotlight because it is blinding, and if it gets too hot, it might explode. And you need to be very, very aware, Scorpio, of who you're doing this for. Because career-wise, it is taking off in massive ways for you, but you also still need to be aware of taking your foot off the pedal once in a while. And you may have realized that during Mercury retrograde that you needed some time to just adjust and get used to this. Uranus in your romantic zone. Neptune in your love zone. Both retrograding takes off the heat. It takes off the illusion. It takes off the pressure. And I do think from connections, your career is causing pressure in your romantic life. If you are dealing with a Leo, they simply want more of your time. If you're dealing with another Scorpio, it seems to be very well enhanced. I suppose it's that common interest of working on something. If you're dealing with a Virgo, or you're interested in a Virgo, there may be a Virgo coming in for Scorpios. A new relationship with a Virgo. If it's current, you guys are working on a new start together or a project together. If you're dealing with an air sign, again, please make sure you actually have the time to take on this relationship. Your relationships are going to be very, very well aspected at the end of August. I'm going to go more into that in the mid-monthly. If you want to join me in the extended where we go into the other Scorpio, the Leo, the Virgo, all the different signs and what each card means individually, please do join me there. If this is where we say goodbye, Scorpio, I will see you in mid-August for the second chapter of this reading. I know I didn't go too much into the full moon in Aquarius. It occurs at a time when Mercury is trining Chiron but also squaring Uranus, so there is a degree of hermit energy occurring in the fourth house Aquarius energy for you. Retreating from an argument around the full moon will be so much better for you. Communicating with yourself and you're listening to your body and seeing what your intuition tells you will be such a more important conversation. So I'll get more into that in the extended too, but for now, Scorpio, I will see you soon. Bye.